So you mean to tell me that your old man dropped you off here and you didn't even invite him up?
Aye. He was in the car with my entire family.
So? They can wait in the car. It's only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That would have been so good. Oh, the music.
I'm also so full of German sausage right now. It is
Usually you are.
insane. Oh, honestly, I could just eat sausage and chips and curry sauce for the rest of my life. I'd be the happiest man on earth.
Just
Actually.
German sausage?
Yeah. Krankenwagen.
I don't even know.
That's literally all I want in life, is just to eat sausage, chips, and drink beer.
Not even German sausage, just sausage.
You put curry
You could throw a Richmond in there sometimes.
every now and then. Like, you know,
A wee Willy Winky.
variety's the spice of life, innit? So,
What fucking bumper sticker did you read that from, dude?
mate, that's like the oldest saying in the entire world.
You definitely got a car with your dad in it because he probably fucking said it on his over.
No.
Oh, Harry.
No,
I'm so sad you didn't come up, pal. I hope you're listening. It would have been lovely for you to enter my home, I guess.
You'd have to climb up 8 flights of stairs. I'd have killed him. It's not happening.
See if my dad can do it. Your dad can do it.
Right, okay.
Aye.
Nah, right.
Aye.
you got me
Harry, I
there.
hope you're alright after your fall as well, mate. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, I wish I had that footage, like, properly. Because the video that my dad sent me was like, the frame rate was so low.
Did he not take a video of a video of a video? Was he just
I took a video of a video.
So he was like, he was screen recording his video camera, taking a video of the video camera security cam.
No, he was just videoing the security camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gee, that was too
Video on
much.
the security camera? Or video on the screen? So if you're videoing the security camera, it would just be like a security camera, surely. So was he doing the screen?
You ruined this bit.
What bit?
This bit.
I don't understand if there's a bit.
Could have been.
I'm
There
asking
could have been a
questions.
bit. There could have been a bit, but you ruined it. Look. Look. 2.5 minutes in. It's already a shit show.
We'll do the intro then.
This is Dead End Friends, episode 45.
Says it there, man.
Does say it there. This is the show where two dudes who know nothing speak about everything. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, maybe Google. Is that the other one?
Google for sure.
Google for
Amazon,
sure.
I don't actually know.
Google it and it'll tell you.
Yeah, just check.
We're on there. Check out our Instagram. We're going to make a TikTok. I've decided right now we're going to make a TikTok.
So gross.
And it's going to be hilarious.
So gross.
And we're going to go viral.
Doing what?
Just
Eating
fucking
German sausage?
Eating German.
excuse me.
There's a market for that.
There is. It's called
Look,
OnlyFans.
There's a guy on Instagram who has a TikTok account, obviously, because everyone does, apart from me. But he just makes like really relatable, like millennial like videos.
Uh-huh.
And that motherfucker is like hosting premieres and stuff. He's been on the telly. He is dope. I love him so much. He makes me laugh a lot. His name is Just Rod on Instagram.
Okay.
And it's so funny. It's like super relatable things. It's like, oh, millennials getting themselves ready for a day of like social anxiety and emails, and it's like him just drinking a nice coffee, and you're like, I get it.
That's me.
So we're going to do all that. We will be available on even more platforms. Anyway, my name is Gary Gordon, and this is Craig Jameson. Jemison. Look,
Actually.
we've been friends a long time, and it's the first time I've ever said it wrong. So, how about you just shut the fuck up? Alright? Just shut the fuck up.
That's good for the podcast. I switch in between though. Like my granddad will be fucking rolling in his grave. He hates the fact that sometimes I call myself Jameson. Cause see if
Easier sometimes.
if you're on the phone to somebody and they ask you your name, if I say Craig Jemison, they're
You're
going
like,
to
so is that
spell it
J.I.?
Jimmy.
Jimmy Son.
Jimmy Son.
I would love to be like the receptionist at your
Jimmy
doctor.
Son.
She was like, I'm sorry, Jimmy Son isn't coming up.
It's fucking Jimmy, mate.
You're Jimmy's son.
So if I'm on the phone to somebody or I have to like tell somebody my name over words, I will say Jameson.
over words
to allow them to spell it right.
It is also spelled Jameson.
I understand that it's spelled Jameson.
Jameson.
But that's not how it's fucking said, dude. Fridge. I've been trying to do better with my swearing because Mac started saying shit.
Oh.
And Luna gives me such a hard time when I swear. She gives me such a hard time.
I remember there was one moment. It was when Luna was really young, and we were in the car going somewhere, and I accidentally swore, and then you nudged me in the car, and I was like, "The fuck is it? What? What is this?" And then 10 minutes later, you swore, and I was like, "Motherfucker." So rightly so. I'm glad she gives you a hard time.
But my problem is like I like to swear.
Me too.
Because it feels
swear
good.
words are good. We
Feels
watched
good.
Demolition the other night.
Oh, is that the one with Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal?
Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal.
Double L.
And there's a moment in it where he's speaking to this young boy who's swearing a hell of a lot. He's like 14 or 15. And he's like, fuck is a beautiful word, but you're saying it all wrong. And the kid's like, what? And it's like properly taken aback by it. And then like by the end of it, he says something daft. And he's like, you're getting there. Like, it's amazing.
It's like picking it.
Yeah.
Using it at the right
He's
time.
like, it's such a beautiful word, but if you say it all the time, it loses all of its emphasis and means absolutely nothing.
I think that's my problem.
I think that is, but it's also a Scottish problem. We use swear words as commas sometimes.
Oh
Like,
my
we
God.
actually do. Like,
Yeah.
because we're either
Fucking starting a sentence with
fucking. It's either that or Scottish people are bad for that. I think I've gotten better at it though, because I don't really find myself saying and I don't know whether it's since we started doing this where I've had to constantly think of things to say.
Yeah.
So my brain isn't going anymore. It's just saying the words that are in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I got better at it a long time ago, but I'm only recognising it now because I'm listening to myself
Yeah,
every now and then.
you're going back and
Yeah.
reflecting.
So maybe I am getting better at it and I just haven't really thought about it.
Yeah,
But it's such a weird
It's
thing.
not something I've noticed. I know I'll hit an A quite a lot. Like, eh.
Yeah.
I hit an A a lot.
I think if I get asked a question that I'm not ready for, it comes out.
Yeah. I've actually I've been switching it a wee bit where I'll just go silent. So if somebody asks me a question, to give myself time to think, because it's actually something I noticed. It was like it wasn't exactly like a personality test that I did, but when I started in
Shitty. Well done.
sent to jail. when I started working in my last place, they did this thing that was like what color are you? So there was like a 4-color grading system. It was so gross.
That was the most
So it was
bitch
like-
thing I've ever
It
heard
was
in my
like
entire life.
red meant that you were like
fuchsia.
yeah. No, they went primary colours.
Oh, only
so
primary.
it was like red meant that you were basically an asshole, and then like blue meant that you like loved the detail, and then yellow meant that you wanted to be like cuddled or some shit. I can't really remember. I just swore again. But in the thing, like it asks you a bunch of questions. You answer it without thinking, so you're just like instinct answering these things.
Right.
And essentially, what that said is you don't take the time to think about your answers. You just do it.
But that's what you told me to do.
But it made me realise, like, if somebody asked me a question, it was something that I noticed because I did it in the job I was in before, where if somebody came up to me with a question, I would just give them an answer, and it might not be totally correct. I would just go, this is what I have in my brain right now, so have it. But then if I take another, 4 seconds to just process, and then go, actually, here's the rest of what I have in my brain. So you get, the surface level, so you get, like a creme brulee. You get the burnt bit when you ask right away.
Which is
But
naturally
really,
the best
you need to
bit.
get the spoon and crack through it, scoop it out, and then you get a bit of crunch
sweet
and
brulee.
You know what I mean? That was the best analogy I have ever made.
Good thing we recorded it.
That was beautiful. That's how my brain is a creme brulee.
This is your legacy.
My brain is a creme brulee. So
An
ever
autobiography by Craig Jamie Son. You're spelling it out. You're going to have to do that on the
an
the
autobiography
audiobook.
by Jimmy's son.
Jimmy's Son.
Who the fuck is Jimmy, bro?
Yeah, you're going to have to do an audiobook. I just give you still reading on
It started this podcast.
fucking.
Oh, it's so dumb. But ever since that was like called out, there was a couple of other things that was like you were reading this thing and going like, oh fuck, I do that. I just swore again. I do that. Oh fridge.
You do.
I do. So there was like a couple of things where I was like conscious of them. It doesn't mean that I like fixed them. Like it's not a totally toxic trait. Like if you're like, I can identify the problems that I have with my character. I don't know how particularly to fix them, but at least I am conscious of them to try and like dull them down a little bit.
I get that. I think that's progress at least.
Yeah.
Surely.
Because if you identified it, just like, yeah, that's a really like crappy thing to do, but then continue to do the crappy thing after identifying it.
Yeah.
That's pretty shitty.
Bad.
But if you can like have your flaws pointed out.
What do you think is your toxic trait? Like actual toxic trait? He done that silence thing where he just takes a minute.
Yeah, I didn't want to come out like, just all the bad shit. I don't actually know. I think somebody else would need to tell me. This is your time, man.
I think you're pretty perfect, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I was about to just go into
You were about to be such an
bro.
asshole. Go on, hit me with it. I'm thick-skinned sometimes.
I don't know if it's toxic, but I think it's just the one thing that you do, but like you know how much I fucking hate this. As you go, either it is what it is, or it's fine though.
But usually it is what it is, or it is fine.
No.
And if it's not, it will be.
After I'm fucking through with it. But you'll sit here and you just like talk about some problems that you're having back, but it's fine though.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll work it out. I am a chronic people pleaser. I believe that's a bad thing. Well, it's not toxic, I guess. But it's toxic to the point that I will go against what I believe sometimes.
It's inwardly toxic.
Yeah, it's not toxic
Inverse.
to everyone else, but inside I'm killing myself. So maybe I shouldn't do that. But also, what else am I going to do? Like, just make everyone upset? No, I can't.
No, you're
do
not.
that.
You're not making everyone.
No, I know, and I know that's the thing.
Yeah,
you're
everyone's
not making everyone
being
upset, but in
unreasonable.
your head, because you're like, you are going to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
As soon as you think about yourself for a second,
You just immediately in your head. You
I'm
think
like,
you're
oh, I'm a
fucking
bad
selfish.
person.
Yeah.
I seen a good one the other day, and it was like a video of someone like fitting a carpet. And it just said, it's like somebody retweeted it. It was like, my toxic trait is I think I can do this real easy.
Oh, was it that one where the guy's like going like that with
Yeah,
the
like
fucking...
stomping it in, and then he cuts it, and I was like,
Have you seen the one of the
that
guy
was
doing
good
that?
to watch.
Have you seen the one of the guy doing that with like no shirt on? I mean, this
No.
guy's like shredded.
He
Like,
would have to be.
you
It's
know-
not gonna look like me taking his top off and then recording it. He'd be so insecure every single time.
Hi everyone. But you know how some people have like
You
like
don't know
the
me. You don't know what my people
the
go through.
shredded pack, and but like somehow they have them like
The
here.
V thing, yeah.
No, like here. Like they have gills. Have you seen that shit?
I think a fish bro.
Yeah, come on. It's fucking crazy, dude. This guy just fucking dude.
Fitting carpets underwater. What the fuck is
Fucking
this?
swearing, man.
Just-
Fridge.
It's just the two of us. Both of us are nearly 30. Today we were in the restaurant for dinner, and we were ordering dessert. My mum was like, "What is it you want?" And the waiter came over, and then she tried to order, and she was like, "Is it this what you want?" I was like, "I'll get my own. Don't worry. No, that's not what I want." And she did it, and then I ordered the same thing she was going to order me. And she was like, "What'd you do that for?" And I was like, "I'm nearly 30. I can order my own desserts. If I want,
stop it.
if I want a brownie for my pudding, I'm going to have a brownie for my pudding, and I don't need
that
you
sounds
to say
good,
that."
man. Was that
Bomb.
brownie with ice cream?
Brownie with ice cream, had some chantilly cream.
Oh, why? Why do you ruin shit? What the fuck?
I didn't fucking
fridge
order it,
is
like-
chantilly. What is that?
It's like fucking like cream. I don't know, like whipped cream, like sweet.
Just
You ever had like a profiterole? The bit in the
Squishy.
middle of that? No,
Squishy cream,
because
man.
it wasn't squishy. It wasn't.
Squishy
It wasn't squishy. No, it wasn't
It's got the
squishy.
can of squish, squish, squish.
It wasn't. It was better than squishy. I know, and
Watch your fucking mouth, bro. God damn.
dude, it was. It was so much better. But it had like cherry compote and like cherry sauce and that. I don't make the menu. Stop being a fucking bitch. I don't do that on purpose. It's just what they had. If I had went in and went, just a brownie and ice cream. Can you put some chantilly cream and some cherry compote on there, please? Thank you very much.
Get the fuck
Then
out.
I would
This
be
is
the
a
asshole.
Weatherspoons, bro.
But they did that, not me. I just asked for it. Like, see that thing you serve? Can I have it? That's what happened. That was the transaction.
I understand that's how menus work. It's just when you say it out loud, and I'm like,
No, I
oh,
know it
that
sounds
word
shitty.
sucks, dude.
I know it sounds shitty, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you, you shitty purse. That's all it is.
I just like what I fucking like, man. Right? Mate, I had fucking sausage and chips for my dinner, right? Let me have chantilly cream in my pudding. It got me pumped for Berlin, though. Like, just to eat, like, German food all the time, which is basically sausage and chips. Sauerkraut on everything.
How many toilets does the one place we're staying in have? We're going to be
there's a cafe next door, so we'll just go in.
German sausage for 3 days.
And just heavy German beer.
It's going to destroy our fucking digestive system.
That is going to be the stankiest room ever.
Oh, there's 4 of us as well.
Yeah. Although, I do love the, like, we booked this Airbnb. We didn't really properly read it. We then went back and read it for whatever reason. We're like, did you realise this was in the back of a coffee shop? And I just love it so much. It feels like,
you text me about it, and I was just like, no, can't be. I was on the podcast. We realised, or you told me, and I actually went and like looked. I was just like, no,
it's in the back of a
be, dude.
It feels like the most Berlin thing though, to be like, oh, I went to Berlin, I stayed in the back of a coffee shop. You know, like that. It feels right.
I'm looking forward to going to Berlin with like the people that we have, because I've had enough people in my life that have like almost ruined Berlin because they're so like
Shite.
They're so protective of it. Like people treat Berlin like people in Glasgow treat the West End. Like it needs to be protected by the fucking. I mean, I'm about to like describe myself, but like the dungaree, greasy hair fucks, you know, like looking at, we need to preserve the West End. Exactly. I'm describing myself.
You are that guy.
I don't live in the West End. I don't care for it. I bet then I'll just do it for the South Side instead. Like I just can't afford to look after the West End. I just do it in the South Side. But like there are people like that like
South Side's popping though, so it is what it is.
I would never leave here. I
Me
fucking
neither.
love this place. People have been like that for Berlin. It's like, bro, but you live here.
It's true.
You live here.
But yes and no, because Berlin is just not even objectively, it's subjectively cool. Everything about it is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're gonna go there and we're gonna see these fucking like people just walking around. I'm like, look at this supermodel, you know? And it's not. That guy is a painter and decorator, you know? Like he's just a guy.
Carpets.
And I'm like, look, yeah, he's fitting carpets with his shirt off for TikTok. Like, everyone's gonna be so stunning looking, and effortlessly,
we'll fucking slip right in.
effortlessly cool.
Yeah.
I have been worried about it. I'm like, I don't want to go in looking too British. That would suck. Imagine we went there like, oh, here come the Brits.
Nah, because only one of us is English.
That's true.
It's like three Scots and an English one, so we should be fine. Because like
We should be.
universally, or at least globally, us Scottish people are looked at as like
being sound as fuck.
pretty cool. Like nobody really doesn't like Scottish people except
The
for English people.
And no one likes them anyway, so it's fucking
Exactly. So who
sound.
gives a fuck? Like we're quite. I mean, I'm not gonna say us two as people because
We
we
might
are
be
shitty
horrid.
fucking people. Exactly. So like just Scottish people in general throughout history have always been relatively liked because we're polite in our right ways, but then we can tell people to fuck off,
Yeah,
right?
we don't take no shit.
No, so we can be respected and yet respectful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we'll be okay on that side.
Yeah.
But the weak link is the fact that we do have an English person with us. So if they sniff that out, they go, oh, accent.
She is half sensible though. Like her mother's Scottish.
She's... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
We'll all just buy matching dungarees.
I mean,
we'll be good.
I don't think I could wear
I
dungarees.
need you to
man.
buy a pair of dungarees,
I'm
dude.
too wee.
Did you look like fucking Mario, dude? You can be the Mario to my Luigi, bro.
I think I would look stupid in dungarees. I'd have to
Is it Lederhosen?
buy
Can
a
we
pair
get
of
some Lederhosen?
Lederhosen.
Oh, bro, I'd be so down to get some Lederhosen.
But that would be so disrespectful to the Germans.
It would, but we'll just do it inside.
This is what being a German Airbnb, just kicking about in fucking Lederhosen.
Can you go get me a brownie?
Yeah.
And whatever that sauce was that you said.
Yeah, that's Chantilly. cream.
Chantilly. You know, I can't. It doesn't
It's
even
not
go.
Chantilly. It's English. Chantilly. I think it's English. Chantilly cream.
Chantilly.
Yeah. CHANTILLY.
It just. Those kind of words don't stay in my brain. Not what it does, but definitely not those words. Excuse me.
Definitely not those words.
The one shitty thing about Berlin is the fact that we're not getting to see Mark Robbie anymore.
Yeah, I've moved past it now.
I know.
I have. He put up a thing up on his Instagram today, like being real sorry.
Yeah.
And he seems stoked about it, so that's cool.
Stoked about being sorry.
No. He's like, but it's going to be the summertime, and he's happy about the summertime. And
So
I'm like,
are we just going like 2 trips to Berlin this year? I mean, we could just buy a ticket for his Glasgow show. He is playing one 20 minutes that way.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he absolutely is.
So we could just do that instead.
It's TBA. We'll find out.
But the one thing that we are doing for sure is because of when we're going, there will be our Berlin episode. We have found a joint.
We've found a studio.
We have found an actual joint where we can go and record this while we're in Berlin. So there will be
because we
the
arrive
Berlin
on
episode.
the Thursday night.
Yeah. Doesn't need to be the Thursday. Like, I'll bring my laptop so I can like and shook it off.
Yeah,
we'll work it out. But yeah, there will be a Berlin
There'll
episode.
be a Berlin
which I'm
episode.
fucking stoked on.
I'm pretty excited about that. The world is coming back. I don't want to speak too soon, but it feels like there's a life again.
I mean,
there's a world.
We've bought tickets for a couple of shows now. Like,
yeah,
we've got JPEG Mafia at the end of March.
Whoop.
We bought tickets the other day for fucking Denzel Curry.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm fucking so
That's
stoked.
It's
about
2
that.
shows.
And then we've got what was supposed to be Mark Robbie, but you've got more shows, right?
No. Well, I'm going to see Terror.
Rock and roll, bro. Like Fiddleheader playing with Military Gun. I've not got tickets
It's
for
in
yet.
broadcast. It will sell out so quick.
Oh really?
Yeah.
People literally just going and just asking the guy from Have Heart to play Have Heart songs.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm old now. No, it's not gonna happen.
No.
I got grey hair now, bro. I'm not playing any of that shit. No Paved Paradise for you. No Birdcage. No.
But no, it does feel like there's a slight bit of life.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too excited on it because the last time I got too excited and it fucked off again. But
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
Hey, what have you been noticing? Like, what have you been noticing differently?
Things are busy.
Yeah.
Everything's busy.
Yeah.
Like the restaurant we were at tonight was busy.
With it popping?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like we went to a pub
Mm-hmm.
just before we went there and going up to the bar, getting pints. People were walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Some with masks, some with not. That's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
But people were talking, people were having a laugh.
Yeah.
It's just nice. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
good. I
Everyone
missed
get
it,
back
and
to
I think everything. We all got a little bit scared, and rightfully so, because we didn't really understand this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now we are all in a point where we're getting on.
Yeah, I think like that. This is the kind of. I think this is the thing that everybody was kind of expecting is there will come a certain point where it's just like this is just part of life now. There's nothing that we can really do about making it go away.
No,
But it's about adapting our lives to work alongside it. Like, it's always going to be there. You can't get rid of the cold. You can't get rid of the flu. You can't get rid of all this stupid shit. And I think this is just going to be another one of those. But obviously,
there's
going to
cure.
have to be the fucking, like, more caution to it because of the fact you can get the flu and die, but you could also get the flu and be fine. You could get COVID and die. You could get COVID and be fine, but you could also get COVID and then be fucked for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
Because it could just completely fuck your heart up, fuck your lungs up.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So
there's so many different things. But we'll get to a point where, let's say, we don't cure it, but we live with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's preventable.
Yeah.
You know. But it feels good. I'm quite happy. Like, it's quite nice to be in this spot just now where I'm kind of like, yeah, it feels like we're doing it again. We're back, you know? It's nice. Like, the masks thing is obviously weird. Like, it's weird to see people kicking about wearing masks all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
Really, you know? Like, it's nothing.
Like, people that get worked up about that shit, like, actually find a fucking hobby, dude.
Go have a wank.
Oh,
like,
for real.
honestly.
Just let go about whatever
Yeah.
shit you're holding on to, because your actual problem isn't with masks, it's with some other shit in your life that you've not dealt with. Because wearing a mask is so fucking simple. It is a non-issue.
Go buy trainers. You know, do literally anything else with your life. Then complain.
It's fucking insane. That even
Yeah.
now, it's like we're creeping up 2 years of when lockdown happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's creeping up.
Mm-hmm.
There's still people moaning about other people wearing masks
I
outside.
know. It is the
Bro.
most.
Go home, watch reruns of Jeremy Kyle, and eat some beans. That's all you need. Swear fucking down, dude. I mean, I still wear them but just walking outside. I think I'm still a bit overcautious. I don't really need
I think
to be.
that's because you have the kids.
Yeah.
I think that definitely plays on your mind a little bit, which is fair enough. I don't wear them outside. I'll wear them on the bus. I'll wear them in shops. I'll wear them anywhere that's got a roof. I'll wear them.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like that's normal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and obviously I'm wearing them all the time for work anyway, so I'm just like,
Just pretty used to them now.
whatever. Like, somebody
Yeah.
said something the other day. They're like, "Oh, do you know, I find it dead annoying." I was like, "Mate, it's been 2 years. No,
Don't care.
it's
Just
fine."
straight up don't
I
give a
found my
shit anymore.
glasses annoying for the first 6 weeks that I wore them. You know,
Yeah,
I
you
just
get,
live
you
with
just
them.
you find the technique, don't you?
Yeah,
I
that's-
found specific masks that I get now that there's a little flap that folds up, and I put my glasses over the flap so it tightens the mask to my face, so I don't get the steam issue.
Yeah, I've
Like, you
been
just
wearing
figure
like
this shit out.
is it like the KN95 masks?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've been wearing them. They sit real nice. I can
Yeah.
breathe well. I don't have to wear my because I used to put the mask on and then have my glasses here, and I'd be like, yes, perfect. I can see very much, not very much at all. So now I found these masks. I still have to wear my glasses down a little bit, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. Like somebody in the shop the other week was talking about the vaccines and that, and it's the first time we came across someone that is anti-vax.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were like, "Will you get them so you can go on your holidays?" And I was like, "Yes," because if that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, these people
You know?
have lived in their houses their entire lives.
Yeah, I'm like,
Traveling
would you
is
not
great, dude.
yeah, why would you not take it? Oh, I've done my own research. I'm like, I'm away upstairs for fucking.
You found a singular
sit down.
fucking Facebook article, and then that's been you.
It's like, have you
ever
seen that
since.
video of Joe Rogan?
No, I've avoided Joe Rogan.
See, because we're
basically
on
the entire pandemic.
I feel like he's gonna come for us, but it is what it is. I'll fight him.
Well, you know.
No,
Fear factor,
are you fucking
motherfucker.
kidding? Have you seen him throw a kick? Jesus, he would snap me
Oh,
into
is that the one where he kicks the bag?
it.
It's
But anyway,
very-
he had some doctor bro on, and he was talking about something that he was like, this syndrome or disease or whatever it was is more common amongst people who have had the COVID-19 vaccine, and the doctor was like, no, that's not correct. It's actually more common in people who have had COVID. So people who have had COVID-19 are more susceptible to whatever this was. And he was like, nah, I don't think that's right. That's not what I've read. And the doctor's just smiling politely, like, bitch, you better shut up. Like that's what he's giving off vibes of. And he tries to say something, and Joe Rogan's like, no, let me finish. He's like, I think the guy just sits back a little bit. And they're like, oh, can you bring it up? And he's producer guy, brings up a thing, an article. And he's reading it, and as he's reading it out loud, he's finds out he's wrong.
Oh, halfway through?
Yeah, and he's like,
Oh.
that's interesting. That's not what I've read. And the
Joseph, that is what you read, though.
And the doctor guy's like, and then he goes, the most bitch thing of all, he goes, well, who wrote this? It could have been anyone who wrote
Scroll down. It was the doctor across the table from you, bro.
Well, it was on some website, New Scientist or something, New Science,
yeah.
whatever it was. And the guy is just you don't know who's feeding these people this information. I'm like, just be wrong. Just be what? Just I always make a joke I've been on this earth for 29 years and I've never been wrong once.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. I don't really
can't
care.
turn back on it.
Yeah, I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
I've never been wrong. People can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. but he's just not willing to see someone else's point of view, or
sorry, I'll let you finish.
or have his mind changed.
Yeah.
Because it's not a bad thing to have your mind changed, man.
No, it's called learning.
I am super open to having my mind changed about literally anything.
Because if you're learning new information, you might find that shit really fucking interesting. If you just close
Absolutely.
yourself off to the shit you already know, oh my god, that's so boring. That's so boring.
It's just stupid as well. I'm like, why would you want to be that person? Everyone else around you is taking on information,
Yeah.
learning, improving, bettering themselves. And
Yeah.
Nah, that's not what I
Imagine
read.
you just hit pause on your knowledge. Imagine you just pulled out the remote of life and hit pause on your knowledge, right? Everything that is retained in your brain just now that you have learned through life, school, college, uni, just going outside and meeting somebody you didn't know, walking into a lamppost, you've learned not to walk in a lamppost anymore. Imagine all of that just stopped, right? You made the decision to not learn anything new. What would you do?
There wouldn't be much you could do because society would progress beyond you.
Well beyond.
You know, and they would just be like, well, we're going to have to leave this guy behind because he doesn't know how to tie his shoelace. So we're just going to have to stop every 5 seconds till he tucks it in because he keeps tripping up.
Can we just go buy him some fucking Velcro shoes, please?
No, because if you buy him Velcro shoes, he'll find a way to not do it properly.
Yeah.
Just teach him to tie his shoelace.
Yeah, teach
You
him
know,
how to fish.
But
Elite fish.
if someone's not willing to learn that, then you are going to be left behind. Like, I don't know fucking jack.
Sayonara. That's literally the tagline of this podcast. We don't fucking know anything.
So why would I argue against science? Science is the reason I am here.
Science as a whole.
As a whole. You know? Because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, I know very little.
Like,
I can barely fucking count. Like, straight up maths gives me anxiety.
Still just using
And it's like,
fingies and
what are these? I get to that and I'm like, oh fuck. Now what? Like, it
Start using your
stresses
toes.
me out. Like, why would... These people obviously know more. Do you know why? Because they have DR in front of most of their names.
It's not even that. Is that they are the most willing to actually go and learn the things. Like, they go and, like, discover and learn the things so they can then tell us what's right.
Exactly.
Like, they are the people that are doing the trial and error. They have been, that's the other thing. See, these doctors, these scientists, these people that are telling us now the facts that they know, they have been wrong thousands of times.
Absolutely.
Thousands and thousands of times they have got formulas wrong, they have got ideas wrong, they have got hypotheses wrong, and they've had to adapt, change, make it right thousands, countless fucking times so they can then give us the correct information to say, hey, there's a black hole that's going to swallow Earth in 2 billion years. We will be dead, so it's fine. But it'll happen. These people had to go through just countless times where they fucked up and be like, right, back to the drawing board. Let's go learn something new so we can get that right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because you read a fucking article on BuzzFeed, you're going to discount all of that shit? Eat a sandwich. Go outside. Stop. Okay?
Don't go outside right now. Can you hear that wind?
It's fucking
That's
wild.
Gross.
This reminded me actually of a video. I don't know if you've seen this video. It's a video. I'm straight up gonna fucking. I wish I actually knew the guy's name, but it was on fucking Talk Radio. You know, the UK like radio
You saw
station.
a video on the radio.
No, I saw a video on my phone. But Talk Radio is also filmed. It started as a radio station. They also have videos now, right?
Breaking down boundaries.
So fucking Talk Radio gave this fucking guy a platform. I fucking wish I remembered the guy's name. So he's doing this fucking like interviewing people coming off and on his show. So this young guy, maybe in his fucking like mid-20s, phones in. He's like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm a carpenter.
The guy from LBC.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not LBC, it's Talk Radio.
I'm sure it's LBC.
It's Talk Radio, dude. I'm telling you, it's Talk Radio.
Okay.
So he says like, oh, so you're cutting down trees. That's not very nice for the environment, is it? And the boy's like, yeah, well, it's regenerative materials. We can plant more trees. And he's like, well, what he says? He says like, oh, you can't really grow anything else, but you can regrow trees.
Yeah.
And the guy says, but you can grow concrete.
Yeah, there's a Mike Graham fucking asshole. Like, it's so funny. He's like,
yeah, but you can grow concrete.
You can't grow concrete, and he's like, yes, you can. The guy does the best thing ever, and he just goes.
He just smirks, lets him sit in the silence of stupidity.
Oh,
And then,
then
he hangs up on him.
He hangs up. He's like, "Oh, I hope I never
Bye-bye.
speak to that guy ever again." But you know what's quite funny about that? The next day, it was talk radio. You were completely right. He speaks to
No. You were wrong.
No, you were right. That's the loophole. I've never been wrong. You're right. He speaks to Jeremy Kyle. I'm sure Jeremy Kyle's got a show on talk radio now, and like they make fun of this other guy, and he's like, and he was trying to make you feel stupid. And I'm just like, oh, your brains are so talked. Like you are running on diminished capacity. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, you can.
Jesus.
Yeah, you can. You can just grow concrete.
I just love the fact that guy is just like, I made this guy look so stupid and said nothing. Like, do you know, like the power. Living for it.
I will actually
Absolutely
try and find that video actually, and I'll put it on the fucking Denny and Friends Instagram. If you haven't seen it, it is so goddamn funny. The guy
It's
just
so
sits
funny.
back, smirks, and let him sit in the fucking silence. And they actually tried to twist it. They tried to twist it on their Twitter. So they like posted a poll on their Twitter being like, "Can you grow concrete?" Like, yes, no. So 80% of people obviously voted fucking no because you can't grow goddamn concrete. But the other like 20% of people were trying to chalk it in a way where you're like, yeah, but technically when you like use it and it dries, it's kind of growing, right? Like, no, you haven't grown the source material. It's not come from a living thing like a fucking tree, dude. People look at Great Britain, UK, whatever we're called, and in history throughout time, it has been looked at and been revered for the advances we have made in the world and where we have gone as a people. But realistically, when you actually go through it with a fine-tooth comb, we're all as fucking dumb as this podcast. We don't know fucking anything.
We don't know shit about fuck, you know? We don't know shit about fuck.
But we have a platform to do this to the 20 people who listen to this, and we like to have a laugh, and we don't have any real influence on anybody, right?
If you are getting your science from us,
also eat a sandwich, go outside, don't do anything.
yeah, you're broken.
But these people that are actively doing these talk shows and having people like watch it, listen, read, and then believe what is being said. I pray for you. Don't even pray. Don't believe in a God. But I still pray for you. Okay? I hope you get better.
It's so sincere.
Didn't know that
Oh, dear me. Anyway, let's talk about our stupid little playlist. Oh, God. Let's get all that science malarkey out of the way.
Do you think I could like pin this to my shirt and I could just like chill? Right, continue, because you're the only one with a phone again, so you need to do it all.
So, this week's choices for me, at least, the 5 songs that I picked, all came from same time in my life. I pretty much found all these songs at the same time.
Right, okay.
The newest of all these songs is Living Saints by Polar Bear Club. But for whatever reason, I found them all at the same time.
Right, okay.
So the first song is Boxcar by Jawbreaker. It's just a fucking good song. They're all good songs because they're just... When I think of punk rock, I don't think of like the Sex Pistols or anything like that. I kind of think of this.
Right, okay.
You know, like that's where my brain is when I think punk rock. And it's just these American bands that have been around for a while. You know,
Yeah.
But they sing fairly positive things. Like, I don't know, just about being like yourself and that.
And
it's quite
just
nice.
having friends.
You know, just
eating
having
pizza,
friends on that. You know,
having
like,
a pair of sunglasses. It's real nice.
yeah. But
Checked
like,
all the boxes there.
ticked all the boxes, you know. But I love this song.
Yeah.
It's just, to be honest, I don't really listen to too much Jawbreaker.
I have never listened to
I
Jawbreaker.
found Jawbreaker because The Story So Far did a cover of one of their songs on an album. And I thought it was a cool song. And I went back and listened to that song and I was like, oh, sick, cool.
Oh.
And I checked off a couple of songs and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Those songs will live with me for the rest of my life. You know, and Boxcar is one of them. Like, it's just a good song. The next song is Simple Song by Avail. I don't really remember where I found this song. It's probably been on a playlist somewhere and I was like, that's a good song. I'm going to go back and check that. But it's a song that as soon as it comes on, I'm like, yes! You know, it's just good.
Yeah.
Living Saints by Polar Bear Club, already mentioned. It's just a great song. I only ever saw Polar Bear Club once. So good. I saw them.
Was that in Ivory Blacks?
With Landscape supporting. Yeah, It was.
I didn't know
show.
who Landscapes were before that show, and
Yeah.
I immediately fell in love with them.
Yeah, because they were a great band.
They were.
But that song is just so good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have anything else to say about these songs other than they
It's
are
real
so
good.
Like, there's no real connection to them other than I just love it whenever a song like this comes on.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me kind of happy.
It's such a good wee riff and shit. Yeah, I love that song.
And this song is True Believers by the Bouncing Souls. I've never seen the Bouncing Souls live, and I'm gutted.
depressed.
I really, really want to see them live because they're just a sing-along, shouty, hardcore punk band.
Mm-hmm.
Just fun,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's the issue for me in like punk rock and hardcore and stuff is they all take themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
dude.
really, really bums me out. And I am not saying that they don't take themselves seriously because there's probably photos of them in an alleyway looking real fucking mean. You know? Like, but everyone takes it too far, you know? Like, we were guilty of it when we were in a band. Like, we took like real fucking edgy photos.
We thought we were fucking
We thought we were
cool,
the
though,
fucking
dude.
Doug's nuts.
We thought
you
we
know?
were so cool.
But we're dorks. Like, it is what it is. Like,
we've got Sam in the band, dude.
yeah,
he
he's
has
the
strictly Star Wars tattoos.
Mega dork. I love him, but
Fucking love you, dude.
mega dork. Like, but we took ourselves so seriously. You know, even when we played live, like, I would throw myself on the floor like
It was
some fucking
dramatics.
artiste, you know?
it was
Like,
proper
gave myself
dramatics, man.
borderline concussion, like smashing my head off a concrete floor. Like, but we took ourselves seriously. But you listen to these bands and you're just kind of like, that's not super serious.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're saying serious things, you know? Like, you can't really explain it without saying just go listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
that's the only way you're really going to understand it. And unfortunately, I'm never going to get to, like, experience it the way they want to experience it. Because when they wrote those songs, it was so real, you know, and now it's just songs that they sing.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It becomes like a song that you mean and then a song you sing.
Yeah.
You know, and we were, again, guilty of that as well. Like, it was a song that we meant, but it was a song that we sang. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
fine. Like, but I would love to see these bands, like, in their...
In their
Like,
prime.
yeah,
in Timmy Top.
yeah. The next song is Walk the Walk by Face to Face. I absolutely love this song.
Walk the Walk by Face to Face.
Yeah.
That's so confusing.
Yeah. But it's good. I again, just fucking love the song. Like, I only ever saw them one time and I only caught the last two songs. And I was gutted.
Heartbroken.
Absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
But it's one of these things. It happens, you know. I'm sure I'll see them again at some point in life.
Yeah.
Even though they are super old. Like, I'm sure they'll play a show that I'll go to.
That was like the one and only time that I've ever got to see Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
Is they were playing with fucking like counterparts or some shit. I can't actually remember. It was in the cat house. But the fucking cat house was taking forever to let people in the door. That by the time we actually got in, because of like bag searches and shit, Knocked Loose were on like their fucking like
Last song.
second or last song.
Yeah, that's
And I had like specifically went to see Knocked Loose. Obviously, like the other bands that were playing, I was like, fucking, I'll stick around for them.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want to go and see fucking Knocked Loose. Because it was before he cut his hair and shit, and I was like, there's that big fucking long hair going fucking tonto, dude.
the guy barking on stage.
Yeah. I love that shit.
But no, I would like to see Face to Face properly. Like, just that you look at them and you go, you guys have lived. You've lived. You've lived the life. Like, I'm pretty sure the picture on the album is the singer or someone in the band. He's got like longish dark hair.
Yeah.
And I saw them and they were all balding and grey. Like they're actual old men, you know. Plus side to that show, the Bronx played next, so it was all good. It was a fine time. It was good.
I am still never going to see the Bronx live.
I've seen them twice.
I've never seen them, and I was going to be seeing them real soon, but the fucking tour get cancelled because Every
They
Time I
are-
Die are the worst.
They're playing Slam Dunk.
I'm not going to Slam Dunk. It's so far away. I'd rather go to Berlin. Like, I can't be bored going all the way down to fucking, was it Leeds?
Leeds.
Eh.
Yeah. Alexis on Fire playing though. It's pretty
Yeah,
fucking dope.
I've seen them.
I've never seen them.
I've seen them a couple of times.
I just want to see the Bronx. I love the Bronx. But
I know.
I also love Face to Face, which is the point of this entire thing.
Who else is playing Slam Dunk? Anybody else?
Oh, fucking
Is there anybody else you
tons of
can
people, man. Do
entice
you want
me
me to go
with?
through the
Yeah, can you though?
Pennywise?
Fucking
Eat your own ass. What?
I wouldn't want to see them. It's like what you were just saying there. I rather would have seen them in the 80s. I wouldn't want to see them now.
I get that, but I would still like to see them. I can't think of anyone else.
Cool, I'm not going.
Will I bring it up? I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Let's rhyme
Let's
off.
rhyme off some people
Let's rhyme off.
that we're not
Alright,
going to see.
Can I like call out some names and then see if they're playing? I'm gonna say
absolutely.
Higher
That's
Power are definitely playing because they're from Leeds. I'm gonna say that Turnstile are playing. I'm also gonna say who else could be playing Slam Dunk?
Wait, who did you say?
Higher Power.
No.
Am I thinking of the same festival? What's the is that the hardcore festival?
No.
What am I
That's
thinking of?
Outbreak.
Am I thinking
I think Higher Power are playing that one though.
They would probably play. Yeah, okay. Right, go for what's Slam Dunk then? Is it just like
And the pop punk bands and that?
oh, cool, I'm out.
Neck Deep, garbage. Alexa on Fire, Dropkick Murphys, Sum 41, Interrupters, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Come on. The impression that I get. They got saxophones. Don't be a fucking bitch. The Wonder Years. Story So Far. Death of Anna. Come on, Friends Like These.
No, they don't play anymore. They're not gonna the shouty guy.
Friends like these, you'll never know.
Remember when that was just on
Never
everyone's
know.
fucking iPod Classic?
Yeah. Pennywise,
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Years,
Said those.
Motion City soundtrack.
Oh no
Come on,
way!
yeah.
Everything's alright. 'Cause everything's alright.
Knuckle Puck.
Who?
Exactly.
Knuckle fuck.
Kenny Hoopla. What
Kenny
a name
Hoopla?
that is.
Bro.
The Amity Affliction. Tight.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
That's
Dope.
okay.
That's dope.
I fuck with that.
Eskimo Callboy.
No, Eskimo Brothers.
Hot Water Music. Hot Water Music are dope. Trusty Chords, what a banging song. The Vandals. The Bronx.
Okay.
Cancer Bats.
Yeah, cool.
Silverstein. Come on. Shut the fuck up. Smile in your sleep.
Nah.
You smile in your sleep. You won't let me down. Hot Milk. Ugh. What a crap name.
No.
Mod Sun. The Somerset. Dream State. Mom Jeans. Chunk, no Captain Chunk.
Oh, Chunk no Captain
As
Chunk.
if they're still going.
Class. Right, nah, fuck. I'm not going to Slam Dunk just.
The Flatliners. The Flatliners are cool. Fuck you. Spanish love songs, also cool. Meet Me at the Altar.
Meet me at her spine. Got a vibe.
Point North.
Right, bro.
Hot Mulligan.
Give me the playlist
Yours
back.
truly, Pink Shift, As December Falls. Their logo is so bad.
Let me see it.
It is an upside down arrow, also known as an A. December is marked down by XII, which is 12 in Roman numerals, which is also the 12th month of the year. And then falls is a downward arrow.
Hey, guy, you put too much thought into that.
They put way too much thought into that. That
Dots,
actually
bro.
sucks.
Dots. Don't overthink shit. Dots.
Apparently they're putting more bands on this.
I'm not interested. There was too many and some.
Oh, here, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones aren't playing.
Oh, cool. So,
Um,
can I have the playlist now? Can I talk about my 5?
did they break up?
I don't care. That's not for this podcast. That's for your own revelations. I actually kind of wanted to change mine.
Ah, well, you can't.
Oh, can I not?
Mm-mm.
I'll just save the other ones for next week then. Right, so the first one I put on is Walking by Denzel Curry. So that was the new song that he brought out earlier this week.
It was dope.
I've not stopped listening to it, dude. You gotta go home in that. He again has managed to remove himself from what he has been known as and just twist it in a certain way where it's almost unrecognizable. That's the thing that I've always loved about Denzel's music, is he's managed to just like completely warp himself as an artist to make it work for the vibe that he's feeling at the time.
Yeah.
And the music video, it doesn't help that the music video is one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in my life.
It's fucking cool.
It's like a mix between like the good and the bad and the ugly and fucking like a Star Wars film.
Mm-hmm.
Like a straight out like the prequels, even like if you're talking about like the fucking
it's like
Tatooine
Mandalorian.
shit. Yeah, dude.
It's got
Straight Mando
vibes.
It's amazing. I'm so fucking excited for that album that he's bringing out. I think it's going to be one of his best things that he's done. And we bought tickets to go see him, and I am so good. I'll be honest, I have never been to a hip hop show.
Me neither. I played one.
I'm sorry though.
I used to be in a hip hop band.
Is this concept we're talking about, bro?
Yeah, concept. When I was in a hip hop band, played guitar.
I've never been to a hip hop show, but I've played one. Oh, you're so fucking white, dude. That's unreal.
I'm the honkiest honky you'll ever meet. For real.
A honky tonk man. Nah, I have never been to a hip hop show, and I'm very fucking stoked to go to in the next couple of months, because we've got fucking Peggy in 2 months, and then we've got fucking Denzel as well. And I am stoked.
So stoked.
The next song I've got is Iron Willed by Red Death.
I had never heard this song before, and it was so sick. Sick.
This was one that, like, I mean, this was fucking ages ago I started listening to Red Death. It was like I was listening to a Power Trip album. And you know how when you get to like the end of an album on Spotify, it plays like suggestions?
Yeah.
So it was a Red Death song that came on next. I was like, yo, this is popping. So I went and listened to it. So it was like this album that it was on. Formidable Darkness is the album that it's from.
Which is a cool name.
I mean, like, everything about it is so good. Like, the artwork is like so almost like stingy, but like cool as fuck at the same time. I think it was actually just the song Formidable Darkness that came on. But that whole album fucking rips. It's like 25 minutes long. All you need on an album. It does what it's supposed to do. Actually, R.I.P. Red Death. Like, they stopped being a band like 2 years ago, which is a fucking bummer. I found them at the wrong time. I found them, and then like fucking 2 months later, they stopped being a band.
That sucks.
But I really fucking there's actually a fucking t-shirt that I found on like fucking one of the second-hand apps. That's just like giant fucking Red Death print across the front. I was just like, I need to get paid so I can buy this fucking t-shirt. It's fucking so sick. The next song I put on is off the new Under Oath album. It's a song called Thorn. I was not expecting anything out of the new Under Oath album, because I'll be honest, the last album they brought out was Cheeks Out the Wazoo. It was one of the worst things I've ever fucking heard. Like, it was awful.
It was like if Linkin Park forgot how to be Linkin Park and then tried to be Linkin Park. It was trash.
It was
the single On My Teeth was the best song on that album.
We were so fucking stoked when it came out. You remember? We were texting about it for like days.
They said fucking in a song. I was like, they're not Christian anymore. They're swearing. They got sweary words. They don't believe in Jesus no more.
So I've straight up had like very low expectations about this album, and God fucking damn it, has it blown me away.
I still haven't listened, I'll be honest.
It is
it's on my list.
Good. I mean, for me, and I think this is a bit like, I wouldn't say like controversial, but for Under Oath fans, they might not like it, but Disambiguation is my favourite Under Oath album, which is the last one they did before the like hiatus.
Yeah.
And it is arguably the best piece of work they have ever done.
I can understand why people would say that. Like, for me, it's always going to be They're Always Chasing Safety.
Yeah.
Because that's just the time that I got into them. And I was like, I think that's for me their glory years, and I just...
But I think that's really almost everyone's peak is either that or... what's the one with...
Great Line?
No, the one after that, is it not?
Paper Lung? No. Lost Sound of Separation?
That one. Is it not that one? Anyway, nobody picks Disambiguation, basically.
No one, no. Paper Lungs is a song off Disambiguation.
Yeah, it is.
And that's a cool song.
I like that album and the album before are like peak Under Oath for me. Everything else, like, I respect and I will listen to it if it's on. But if I was to go to Under Oath like on Spotify, I would go straight for Disambiguation or the album before.
Yeah.
this is like creeping into that top line because it's like it's got the heavy parts in it, which is always nice, but they just still really understand melodies.
Yeah.
Like they know how to write a catchy hook. And the thing that I really like about this album is like a lot of Under Oath's albums have been very Aaron Gillespie singing heavy.
Yeah.
Because he has a fucking gorgeous voice.
He does have a
obviously
great
let him.
voice.
But in this one, there's a lot of Spencer doing a lot of the singing.
That's cool.
And I think he has such a unique voice, I think. And it
'Cause
works
it's gravelly, you
it
know?
works so well for the
Yeah.
music they're writing.
No, I agree.
And they kind of like obviously you do have a good bit of fucking Aaron Gillespie in there because again he has a gorgeous voice.
You couldn't have him back in the band and then not let him sing. You know, it just wouldn't make any sense.
So that, like, if anybody felt the same way that I did after listening to the last Under Oath album, we're like, cool, there's no point listening to the new one, it'll be garbage. Rethink, go listen to it, it's incredible. I have been blown away by it. This song in particular, Thorn, it's just the melody and the chorus. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, please belt it harder. That's so good. Gets me amped every time. Next song I put on is a song called Simple by Stanley Epkis. Stanley Epkis is a guy I came across. He is a person in the earth. He did a DJ set at the fucking Doomsday, San Francisco Doomsday. And Jiggle, I don't know how you say his name, the guy that did the artwork for Food.
Mm-hmm.
He like shared shit of Stanley Epkiss on his story on Instagram, like while he was playing. So I was like, yo, this fucking DJ set is banging. So like,
that's cool.
Went and looked him up. Was like, yo, he's actually got like solo stuff that he's actually doing like rapping and stuff, because everything else was just like DJ stuff and like beats and like mixing MF Doom tracks and stuff. So he's actually just released this album like last week at some point maybe. And it's just fucking vibes.
It's very fucking good.
It is vibes.
Yeah, I only got into him with the album that you sent me previously, the one with like the red on it.
I think it was like 2018, 2017.
Yeah, and then you sent me this, and you were like, "You need to check this one out as well," because I'm really making a conscious effort this year. I want to listen to as much new music as possible because I really dropped off of it.
Yeah, even though every other day I send him shit. Let's just put that out there. How much stuff last year did you miss?
So much. I listened to one album last year. I listened to Oliver Arnold's the album called Some Kind of Peace, and it came out in 2020. I listened to that one album. I didn't really care about anything else. I just listened to that 'cause it was just perfect.
You fucking dork.
I am what I am.
Yeah, we are. The last song I put on is The Red, White and Blues by Defeater, because we all on this podcast love Defeater.
We do. God bless that band.
Oh, The Red, White and Blues was the first song I ever heard by them.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard by them. It was actually an ex-girlfriend that pinned me to them. She was like, this is kind of like up your street. Like, you might actually vibe with this, so just send me over. And I now have their entire discography up there. So that one song was enough to get me like...
It's the first song I heard too. And
it's just the fucking like immediate drum roll, and then that's you. And it's like,
and I'm like,
pretty
okay,
chill to start with.
Yeah,
but it's the drums that drag you in. Like the drums on that EP and Travels, the album before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I'm going to do the kind of controversial thing.
Okay.
Everybody looks at the album with like Dear Father and shit on it. What was that album called?
Empty, whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one. Everybody looks at that as like peak Defeater. Yeah?
I would agree.
Everybody will be like, that is the fucking album for Defeater. Nothing can beat it. I will always say that Travels is my favorite. It's so good.
Yeah, I absolutely love Travels. Like, because it's the start of the story, you know? Obviously, like, the album before, was it Burdens? Is that what it's called?
No. Travels was the first one, and then the stuff with Red, White and Blues was in between Travels and the stuff with Empty Glass and stuff. So Travels was the first thing they ever released as
It's
Defeater.
like the start of the story.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I just love it so much. Like Derek is just an absolutely incredible writer, not even just songwriter. Like the story that he has like created,
Weaved.
that has lasted this long, you know.
I'm gonna need to pull them out now.
Like,
I can't remember the name of the fucking album, dude.
We've been lucky enough that we played with Defeater quite a few times,
Yeah.
and I've been lucky enough that me and Derek, not so much anymore, but like spoke on a pretty regular basis, you know. And whenever he was in Glasgow, we would always hang out and kind of say hello and do whatever we had to do. But honestly, like, I don't think I'd be as interested in like songwriting and stuff if like if it wasn't for him.
Yeah. Like he's managed to actually like weave an entire story around a family,
Yeah,
but then everybody connected to that family.
and that's insane.
Empty Days and Sleepless Nights.
That's the one.
So this is the album that your average Defeater fan will say is the greatest piece of work they've ever done. And arguably, yes. But personally, this is the only album you need fucking worry about from Defeater. Travels is aggressive, it's emotional, it is, like Gary's saying, it is the start of their story. And it is just a fucking magnificent piece of work. This is one of the first records I actually bought with my own money as well.
Nice.
Because I only just started getting into buying records like back then.
This
So
is cool.
I have them all. I even have their fucking live at the BBC 7-inch.
They're just they're a perfect band, and every one of them are just such nice people.
Lovely
Like,
people.
it's so nice to see them actually all doing things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Who is it that the drummer's playing for now?
he plays for the Army Affliction,
Affliction,
and
that's right,
he
yeah.
plays sessions sometimes for Trash Talk,
Trash Talk.
which is cool. Like, Joe is just
he played the show in London that I went to
Yeah,
see, and it was
Joe's just
poppin'.
a incredibly talented, handsome motherfucker.
That dude is so
We
handsome.
went for lunch last time he was here, and it was just like just listening to him talk. Like, he's in such a good spot, and it's nice. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice. Obviously, like, it's hard for him because he lives in Nashville, but also plays in a band that live in Australia. But he makes it work, you know. Like, we went out for lunch with him and Sam, the tour manager for Amity Affliction,
Yeah.
and like he just fits in so well because he's just a good dude.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, like, the first time I met Joe, I cut his hair, and it was in the back of Studio 24 in Edinburgh, and it was so sketchy. And then I think I cut Mike's hair, bass player, and their driver, and Mike, who was their merch guy at the time.
Yeah.
And like every time they rolled through, I was like, oh, I need to see them. Like,
Yeah, like
and we just went hung out, and they were so nice. And I
Yeah.
remember, like, we did the acoustic show with Alcoa, which is Derek's other band,
Was it in
with
Classic
his
Grand?
wife, yeah.
Yeah.
And like we became like, that's when we kind of like first spoke to them. I knew like Alyssa, I knew her brother, and I said to them, I know your brother, and she was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, yeah, I know your brother. He was in the Navy. He was over here. I met him at some fucking show. I think it was Comeback Kid.
Nice.
We got talking, and they were just like, oh, a friend of Sam's, a friend of ours, and that was it. We sent them t-shirts, we sent them records,
Yeah.
and then we played our show, and they said to us, you should record this.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
Derek was like, you should definitely record
Oh
this
my
stuff.
God.
And then we recorded, because
that
that guy
point-
from my favourite band said record, and I was like, yeah.
Because at that point we'd only released the Four Seasons as
the Four Seasons.
as the band.
Yeah. And
We played that show with Alcoa.
at the time, Derek was pretty unwell. And
Yeah,
then the
yeah,
next time he came back was like maybe 3 weeks later, and it was with All of Defeater. And he like gave us a shout out on stage, and I remember my mind being totally blown. And then he came up to us and spoke to us, not the other way around. Like, we didn't go like, oh hey man, how's it going?
Yeah,
He came up and spoke to us, and
Yeah.
I was like,
This
what?
cunt.
Like, it's insane. Like,
that was another show. It was Classic Grand, wasn't it? It was Top Floor.
Top
Classic
Floor,
Grand.
yeah.
It was just
Classic
after
it was Good Time,
what
Good
was it?
Time Boys, Modern Life.
Let's find the album. It was just after
Caspian
that
played.
album would come out, whatever that one's called,
Self-titled, I think that is.
with like Bastards and shit on it. Because I
Uh,
remember when they played Bastards and I lost my shit. That was a fucking great show. I think that is actually the subtitle.
But yeah, like I just remember losing my little mind, you know. And I was like, we were still kind of young. Like it still wasn't really a big thing for us to be playing. And then like for that to happen, I was like, oh my god, this is actually incredible.
Is cool.
Yeah. But if it wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't have done as much as we did.
No. I don't think we would have actually been. This isn't called the Fear. It doesn't matter. And we wouldn't have done as much if like I will always put it down to like 2 or 3 bands. The one of them for sure will be Defeater. The other band if it wasn't for that band, Rainfalls never would have existed. Would have been Counterparts.
Yeah.
Like how much we like idolized Counterparts when we first started.
But it was that first album, the album they hate.
Isolation and stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's funny.
It's mad to think, man. Like the another wee point that I'll make is it will be in August of this year was the release of the first EP we ever did.
Which is mad.
So sorry. August of this year, it was 10 years ago we released
an entire decade that we released Live Free.
We released it and we recorded it inside of our very good friend Max's bedroom. Like
his dad was like on the other side watching telly and we were just like screaming and shouting.
Through the wall the dude was watching football and we were fucking recording.
Oh, what a weird
in a bedroom in Kings Park. Oh man. And then
those are the days.
Fucking 10 years later, nobody really knows what's going on. Who are we anymore?
Now we do a shitty podcast.
We always talk about it just like, oh man, anytime we decide to do anything, like I'm so fucking game. But it's up to us to decide to do something.
That's true. That's true.
We always have that conversation just like, if anything happens with Rainfalls, I'm fucking in, dude.
We gotta do it.
But we need to do it.
We
It's
do.
up to
I know.
us to do that shit.
I know. But yeah, it's been 10 years. 10 years of hanging out and being stupid and silly.
If it wasn't for Rainfalls, this podcast would not exist.
So you're welcome or we're sorry. I don't know how I don't know how it's gonna be received.
What did that did?
Well, that's another one. Another one bites of dust.
That was a nice note to end on. We've been friends for a real long time, dude.
So long.
So long. And long may it continue.
Yes. Well, good night. Goodbye. We love you. And I love you.
I love you. Peace.